there. If you want to get involved in karting in any official capacity behind the scenes, please go to www.motorsportuk.org. And again, thank you to Demon Tweaks for their support of the British Kart Championship this year. And Demon Tweaks represented on every driver's crash helmet here, not least our poleman for TKM Extreme, Adam Sparrow. Adam, the O-Plate privateer driver, British Open champion on a Talco chassis. He will start this race from pole position alongside Kai Springfield in the number 97 Jade Kart. And there is Kai, a very distinctive blue and white Jade liveried chassis. Then it is the Class and Motorsport ARC chassis for Joe Fowler in kart number 31. And Joe Fowler will start alongside Joe Reeves-Smith in the number 90 Litchfield Motorsport Tony kart.
James Pashley, he'll start the third row in the number 1 Birrell ART chassis. Then it's Theo Hesketh in the number 60 on that grid. Chris Whitten on the fourth row alongside Archie Strong.
Yeah, Lewis Wadley is on row 5 alongside the number 3 kart of Lee Whittingham. And on row 6, it's Matthew Taylor and Sam Fowler.
Row 7, Matthew Allnutt, and it's Ryan Cole alongside Alexander Page and Aaron Lask rounding out the 8th row. Jake Campbell-Mills in the 9th with Matthew Horton in the 24th.
And the 26 kart grid is rounded out by Megan Lawson, Jack Dan, Spencer Lane, Isaac Marsh, Joe Stockford, Michael Cornell, Harrison Williams and Ben Watson. 26 drivers, 15 minutes. Now, whilst we were watching some of those promos, I have to say it's your ginger nuts have got rather sweaty, and when I put that second one in my mouth just in that short break, it still tasted lovely, but it's a little sweaty. We're talking biscuits, boys and girls. The only sustenance we have up here in the commentary box. Oh dear, number 11, Spencer Lane out of the race as we go racing with 25 drivers led by Adam Sparrow down towards turn number 1. And Joe Fowler, and here's Kai Springfield. Oh, Kai Springfield forgot to brake. Kai Springfield did a Joe Pashley. A James Pashley even. Went so quick I forgot the guy's name. But we saw Springfield, I thought, that looks good, that looks good, that looks bad. And there's bad as well for number 24. So that's Matthew Horton off track as well. And Horton's kart is out of the race by the looks of it. But, Kai Springfield, you can see him now right at the back of the field. In that number 97 machine, he went trying to go high, wide and handsome around the first corner and just got in way, way too deep, and that has ruined his chances of victory. But Joe Fowler in second place, chasing down the pole man, and race leader Adam Sparrow.
Yep, group of 3 here breaking away again. I say group of 3 breaking away. There's a lunge here from the 31 of Joe Fowler on Adam Sparrow. The O-Plate going backwards here at Kimbolton for the TKM Extreme Final. Race 26 of today. Now the number 1 of James Pashley is closing in now in that star-spangled helmet as they go through into the penultimate corner. Again, 13.5 minutes remaining on this race. We have only just started. We're completing lap 2 onto 3 now. And again, you can see the number 1 just going down to the engine, changing something to try and just keep that momentum up.
Yep, so into the Willows on lap number 3. The number 31 of Joe Fowler leads. And again, for those of you that are new to this sport, if you've got a single digit on your kart, well, the O-Plate stands for British Open Champion, which is a one-off race open to any TKM driver in the country, TKM Extreme driver in the country. That's the British Open. And so if you win it, you get the O-Plate. And then if you've got a single digit on your kart, that is where you finished last year's TKM Extreme British Championship. So last year's British champion in this class was James Pashley. That's why he's got the number 1 on his kart. But you will notice in this race, you've got the number 1, the number 9, the number 5, the number 4, the number 8, the number 3, as well as Adam Sparrow. So you've got 6 or 7 of last year's top 10 drivers returning to the class this year. And of course, some drivers take a year out, other drivers retire, other drivers move classes, other drivers just decide I'm going to only race club stuff this year and not race the British Championship. But You've got 7 of the top 10 in last year's British Championship all out here, which is why it is so competitive, and it's why poor old Kai Springfield, now where is he? He is down in 21st place from, well, he led for a couple of metres at the start, but then forgot to break the turn number 1 and is now battling down the lower reaches of this field.
I do that a lot, forget to brake.
Yeah, the pity though, that's when you're driving your road car.
Yeah. So many claims.
So here we go. Well, making the only driver with 1 claim on the race lead at the moment is Joe Fowler, but he's under pressure from Sparrow, and there's defending is the number 13 Kart of Archie Strong, that's 4th place, and so there's number 27 of Sam Fowler going through your screen. Number 33 right behind him is the privateer Kart of Chris Whitten. So not a great start from Chris Whitten, who was right up there. He was on the 4th row of the grid, but he's been a contender all the way through the proceedings today. And, the top 3 trying to pull away. So James Pashley with that purple crash helmet with the silver stars on it is sort of watching and waiting on that Birrell ART Kart, but it's still Fowler from Sparrow, and a slight gap to Pashley, then a bigger gap back to the 4th place group, which is led by Theo Hesketh in kart number 60 with Archie Strong, Joe Reeve-Smith and Lee Whittingham in that group. Then it's Lewis Wadley in 8th, Sam Fowler is 9th, Aaron Lask rounds out the top 10 ahead of Whitten, Allnutt, Cole, Taylor and Megan Lawson in 15th.
Yep, still plenty of time on this race, just over 10 minutes to go. And that gap at the front doesn't seem right, 36 seconds. No, it sorts itself out now, as the front runners still have got that slight advantage, but not by much. And say that second group led by Theo Hesketh at the moment, still looking very daunting.
Yeah, they are closing in a little bit there,
they are.
Actually. So the Tim Wilson Motorsport number 60 within about 3/4 of a second of 3rd place driver. And looking back, there's a good battle a little bit further back in the back, and there's a move from the number 15 kart of Jake Campbell-Mills. The Flex Motorsport number 15 of Jake Campbell-Mills, holding off the number 95 kart of Ben Watson, the Classer Motorsport team.
Yep. So as you can see there, is there an invisible piece of string across that train? You just see all their heads pop down. Just simultaneously.
Well, they all sort of like went over the same bump, and they know to get their head down to create maximum aerodynamic efficiency.
Yes. But remember to lift your head back up.
Yeah, but when you get to the bendy bits, lift your head back up.
Yeah. I'd be amazed if someone could do that without lifting their head up.
Yes, it'd be very good. Just looking down at the sea where the curbs are, and just.
That would be good.
But look at Theo Hesketh. So that is a very strong run there from Theo, closing in on the top 4, and he's doing it all on his own. He's actually put a gap between himself, Joe Reeve-Smith, Archie Strong, and Lee Whittingham, and he's catching the race leaders up on the curb coming out to the final corner. Not unsettling the cart too much, but just giving a little a bit of purchase. Oh, and a change up at the front, 3 wide for the race lead. Sparrow gets it. Well, Fowler and Pashley were battling for the race lead, then Sparrow managed to get to the inside of him and has brought Theo Hesketh into play, and it won't be long before Reeve-Smith, Strong, Lewis Wadley and Lee Whittingham close that gap. So we could yet have an 8-kart battle for the lead. Well, we will have very shortly by the looks of it. We've still got 8 3/4 minutes to go. Down the TKM straight they go, led now by the O-plate Adam Sparrow.
Yep, absolutely flying out there, and again another position change looking down the inside, and that is Joe Fowler trying to defend from the O-plate again. So position changing left, right and centre at this front. We did have a 3-kart battle. It's now a 4-kart battle, and that group of 4 behind is also closing in. So we could have an 8-kart battle in a moment. And there was me thinking maths. I almost said 9, even though 4 plus 4 is definitely 8.
Is it?
Is it?
Oh, okay. I learned something new today then.
Excellent.
Adam Sparrow back in the lead. Fowler took it briefly. Pashley there in 3rd position. Like I said, if you've some of the TKM Festival racing that I've seen here at Kimbolton is some of the best kart racing I've ever seen. I've seen a lot, because this track, this engine, these drivers, they just it's like a marriage made in karting heaven, and they're certainly not disappointing here as Hesketh goes to P3.
Nicely done there all the way through. 7.5 minutes left on the clock, and again a little bit of breathing space then for the O-plate of Adam Sparrow. At the front, Joe Fowler in 2nd place with Theo Hesketh up into 3rd, up 3 positions, started 6th, now in 3rd. James.
Second place now for Hesketh.
Yep, nice little move there down the inside. Is a man on a mission, is Hesketh. And it's just the O-plate of Adam Sparrow to go then, with 7 minutes left on the clock. But a bit of a gap to close up to him now. The number 1 looking down the inside, stays into position. And, who was that going down the inside? Was that the 90 of Reeve Smith?
Possibly was. If it was green, orange and white, it was Joe Reeve Smith.
I think it was, and yes it was. Up into 4th then for Joe.
Nope, down to 5th. Pashley gets him back.
Oh, excellent. There we go.
So these are like cadets on steroids, this lot are.
Yes.
Position is changing all the time. So, no, Hesketh has come from away back in 4th. He's up into 2nd. He's right behind the leader. Again, it's all about momentum. Does he continue to go? Oh, dear. That is the number 40 kart of Isaac Marsh. So, as one Tim Wilson Motorsport kart battles for the race lead, another of the Tim Wilson karts, sadly, exits stage left.
Yes, that is suboptimal.
And of course, now we're talking about momentum. Hesketh has made that move, and he's actually pushing Sparrow away from the chasing group. At the back of that group, Aaron Lask has now caught this. So we've got 8 karts, 2, 4, 6, 8 battling for the lead, back to Aaron Lask. In fact, Aaron Lask is in 9th place.
Yeah, but it's the last thing that this group wants to do. They need to get into single file, close that gap up, and they're not doing that. They are squabbling a lot at the background there. Almost 3 wide as they went into Derek's corner. As they come back out now, back into single file. Did the positions change? I think they did. The 31 now in front of the 3.
Yep, that would be Joe Fowler. And again, so Joe Fowler was leading, has now been shuffled back, and he was back to 7th place. He's now up into 6th position, ahead of Lee Whittingham again. There's Lewis Wadley coming into play, and it's almost like we talked about cycling analogy. When that you've got the leader, and then the leader peels off and goes to the back, and then slowly works his way back to the front one by one. And every couple of corners, the lead changes, and the driver that was in the lead finds himself now towards the back of that group. A couple of little gaps developing there. And behind the number 44, also thinking I've got a chance here, is number 33 kart of Chris Whitton and the number 27 kart of Sam Fowler. With the number 48 kart, Ryan Cole, in 11th position. Let's have a look. Now, Kai Springfield up into 13th place. Now, he's 13th. You might think, well, that's terrible. But he's 13th, but he's 6 seconds behind the race lead at the moment. And if he keeps going like that with 5 minutes to go, that 6-second gap to the lead could get shorter and shorter and shorter. Where's the number 97 kart? As we run through the order on screen, through the first corner, look for that blue and white Jade kart, the back of the camera shot. He was 22nd at the end of lap number 1, and he is now up into 13th place and gaining on the lead group as they continue to battle. But it's Sparrow and Hesketh trying to push away, with Pashley, Reeve Smith and Wadley now 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, you can see the O-plate there really pushing hard to try and keep that momentum up, hitting those curbs just right, bouncing off them, but not slowing the kart down, not unsettling it. Again, fine line of getting it absolutely perfect and messing it completely up. 4 minutes left on the clock as these guys go through. Again, first 2 leading the way. Sparrow versus Hesketh. Then it's Pashley, Reeve Smith, Wadley, Whittingham, Strong, Lask, Fowler, Whitten. That's your top 10 as they go through. And the 27 there falling down the order, Sam Fowler.
So Sam Fowler out of the race. They're sort of slowly, one by one, I'd say he's dropping like flies. They're wilting in the heat. We're down to 20. We started with 26 karts. Spencer Lane and Matthew Horton didn't make it around the opening lap. Alex Page has sadly had to retire. So has Isaac Marsh. Now Sam Fowler is out of the race as well. So we're down to 21.
Yep, so they are falling down the order as these guys battling away. And is that a flat tyre potentially for the 44? It would look like it was running very low. I don't think it was actually, no. So it looked like he ran wide.
Yeah, it might have been Aaron Lask. Let's have a little look where he comes out. Well, he is 7th at the moment. 2, 4, 5. Then a gap. So the gap has been between Wadley in 5th and Lee Whittingham in 6th position. In fact, there's a 1.7 second gap between the top 5 and 6th position. 3 minutes remaining. And that is because Theo Hesketh has made sure that he hasn't been battling with the race leader, Anna Sparrow. He's been playing the waiting game. How much longer can he wait? Because time and tide wait for no man.
No.
That includes Theo Hesketh. He's going to have to make a move soon.
Time is slowly running out with 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and that's where we start to see the defensive driving kick in. You can see it near here now. We've got the group of 2 The number 1 on his own, and then another group of 2. They're going to concertina up so quickly, and then we're going to have a group of 5 battling away. You can see the number 1 absolutely smacking those curbs. James Parsley there, harshly hitting the curbs.
Very good. It would be even better if his name was Parsley. It's Pashley. Pashley and Hashley. He doesn't get caught smoking any Hashley.
Yeah.
Not good.
Oh, dear.
No, even producer James is getting involved. Yeah, he did make a bit of a hash of that. He made a hash of his start a couple of races ago, but now Pashley is closing in, and look at Theo Hesketh saying, "No, don't defend, don't defend." Oh, if you're going to defend, I'm going to have to overtake you.
Yep.
Because Pashley is now right there. And I was trying my best to think of something else wrong with Pashley, but I failed. I had to just describe the action like he's now right there and trying to go round the outside, like the M&M song, into second place.
Yep, nice move there, well timed. Obviously, he was seeing the 2 starting to defend, and then he thought this is an ample opportunity to try and get past, and now he says, right, let's go.
That's the best one. So yeah, that's Pucker, safe bruv, as he takes second place. Hesketh down to third.
Yep, nicely done. Less than 90 seconds left on the clock. Then they cross the line to start lap 20. 19 laps completed. The 2 leaders breaking away now, but this is a very close group of 5 now, as defensive driving is going to be key. Who's going to break first as we go into Derek's corner? The O-plate of Adam Sparrow defends. The number 1 trying to carbon copy his move earlier on has failed to do it this time around. Stays behind in second place, so it's Sparrow versus Pashley, Hesketh, Reese-Smith, then it's Wadley. And this all group here just so close under pressure. 35 seconds left on the clock. Last lap board will come out next time around as the number 1 again tries to go the long way round Kimbolton corner. Can't quite do it here as they're now side by side. Moves down the order now into 4th place. Now that's how close this racing is. Last lap board though will be out this time.
And again now Wadley at the inside of Pashley for 4th position, but no, James Pashley holds him off. Sparrow continues to lead. Again, James Pashley, he tried to go around the outside there at Kimbolton corner, and Sparrow just eased him wide, and that's the risk you run. I mean, if Pashley had got a nose ahead, Sparrow couldn't have eased him wide. But the fact is, he didn't quite get alongside. Pashley still had the line, and Sparrow still had the line, and it was his right to take the racing line. He took it, and that cost James Pashley 2 places. Theo Hesketh back into second place, where he was a few laps ago. And here comes Joe Reeve-Smith. This is as high as Joe Reeve-Smith has been all race. And it's now as they start the final lap, into second place, 3 wide, into turn number 1. Around the outside goes Theo Hesketh. Can he make it stick? Can he? No, not quite.
No, it's still the O-plate of Sparrow. Sparrow still leads from Hesketh. The number 1 has moved back up into 3rd place as well. So it's Reese-Smith then. Oh, who is it actually? No, it is. It's still Hesketh. Reese-Smith has managed to drop down a few positions, but final lap time, it's still on Sparrow or Hesketh as they go through. Can anything do, or can the number 1 do anything as they go into the final corner? I don't think so. It's still very close, nose to tail as they go into it. So the 0 plate holds that tighter line, tries to sweep round the outside, does the number 1, but it's going to stay in the position that it started this lap. Sparrow is going to take it from Hesketh, from Pashley. Reese-Smith crosses the line in 4th place. Lewis Wadley crosses in 5th, up 4 positions, but a very, very close race from those drivers, but keeping it very clean.
Yep, and on the last lap, the top 5 were caught by Lee Whittingham, Aaron Lask, Archie Strong, and Chris Whitton. And there is a great, Adam Sparrow punching the air, big embrace there between all the top 3. And that is, that is TKM racing, what it's all about. The drivers go absolutely hammer and tongs in the race itself, but then as soon as the race is over, they can have a good chat about it, because again, that was a spotlessly clean race, I have to say. Sparrow, Hesketh, Pashley separated by 1400ths of a second at the end of 22 laps of racing. Reeve-Smith, Wadley, Whittingham, Lask, Strong, the top 8 separated by less than 2 seconds. Whitton is 9th, and here's some of the drivers that finished a bit further down the order and failed to finish as well. Joe Fowler there, a pole man, just once something went wrong on that kart halfway through the race there, because he lost the lead and then just tumbled down the order to eventually finish in 14th place. What a race. There is your provisional race winner coming into Parc Fermé. And we now have 2 races to go. And they are the Junior and Senior X30 finals, and they'll be coming up very shortly.
So now on to TKM Extreme, and again, another fantastic race. This circuit, I'd say the spiritual home of TKM racing, and the final itself was absolutely superb. Now, finishing as the top rookie, and he's already taken his trophy, but an excellent performance for Jack Dan in 18th place. Well done to Jack. The top three now, and this race, the top three, was separated by 14/100ths of a second. So finishing in third place, the defending British champion, James Pashley. Well done, James. A runner-up and a driver that had a very, very strong showing. Looked at the strongest kart for the first half of the race at least. That goes to Theo Hesketh. But taking the victory, as well as finishing as the top privateer and the Talco voucher, the British Open champion, Adam Sparrow. Congratulations. Now I'll have a quick word with Adam. Adam, from a poor qualifying effort, it took you a couple of heats to get going, and then finally you managed to make it to the front of the final, but it was I think 5 or 6 of you all in a train.
Well, I didn't make life easy for myself, starting from 20th in the heats, and I had to go full send and managed to get 2 fourths in 2 heats. It was a very difficult final, and these two made it life very, very difficult. James nearly got me on one time around the outside through the last corner, but it's all about keeping calm and just keep an eye on your opponents, and then hopefully you can stay out in front.
So with a shortened season this year, a win is even more critical. You've now got 2 rounds to go and just try and maintain that lead.
Yeah, it's a short season, but anything can happen, and drivers that had a bad weekend here can always rise back up, but it's very unpredictable, especially in TKM, with it being so close. I'd like to thank Talco Racing for the continued support over the last couple of years, and also my dad on the spanners, and also support from my mum. It's been a great weekend, and fingers crossed for Fullbeck.
Fingers crossed indeed. Congratulations. There you go, your TKM Extreme podium and winner, Adam Sparrow.